Stranger Things Season 4 Part 1 just came out this past weekend, and they gave us a bunch of new characters and gave us all of our returning characters back. So today we're going to rank all the characters from Season 4 of Stranger Things Volume 1, place them on their proper tiers. Join me down below in the comment section. What did you think of Stranger Things Season 4? Comment down below in all spoiler fashion, and what is your top 5 favorite characters from Season 4? Because we have about 26 characters we're going to rank and place them on the proper tiers. Before we do, hit the like button and the subscribe button. Let's get into our tiers. And starting out with the tiers, we have Bada Bada Boom, the line that Dustin says that I absolutely love throughout this. Then we have Damn Good, then we have Mid, then we have Meh, then we have Terrible, and I'm ranking these characters based on their importance from Season 4, not my thoughts of them as a whole as a show, just from Season 4 alone. And let's start out with Mad Max in the Bada Bada Boom tier if it wants. There it goes. And Max had obviously the episode with Dear Billy, which is one of the best episodes of Stranger Things. But she really shines throughout this entire season. But when she goes against Vecna, and she beats Vecna, she's the only one person to beat Vecna, and she comes back down because she's running up that road, and she's running up that hill. Just a great song for that choice. And Dear Billy is one of the best episodes of Stranger Things of all time. Max is one of my favorite characters. I absolutely love her. Then we have Nancy. There's going to be some hot takes right here, and Nancy's going to go in the mid tier. Yes, she definitely has some importance as like a reporter throughout the season. I just never been a big Nancy fan, and throughout this season as well, whenever Nancy was there, I was like, okay, I'm just not a big Nancy fan. So, she's in mid-tier. It's fine. It's all good. Then we have Robin, and I'm going to put Robin in the Bada Boom tier. This is like a personal preference, obviously, and I absolutely love Robin. Robin's one of my favorite characters of the entire series, but from Season 4, I love that she's always so witty and funny, and her and Steve, they get to be even closer friends, and Robin's getting a little more friends with Nancy, and she's kind of shipping Steve and Nancy to go back together again, and I just love Robin, and they gave us a little snippet trailer for Part 2, and it looks like Robin might not make it out, and I'm going to be sad if that happens. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Then we have Eddie, and I'm going to put Eddie in the damn good tier. Kind of one of the big focal points of the season, progressing and everything like that, and Eddie's just a very likable character. I fell in love with him right when he came on screen. He's very funny, he's very witty, and he's the leader of the Hellfire Club, which is like a cult. It's a Dungeons & Dragons group. But I absolutely love Eddie. He's in the damn good tier. Then we have Enzo. I'm going to put Enzo in the damn good tier because he is one of the main factors for progressing the Hopper and Joyce and Murray storyline. So he's like, has a reservation for Enzo, trying to get money. He gets screwed over, and him and Hopper fight the Demogorgon. He will not make it out of Part 2. I almost guarantee it. But he's still a damn good character. Then we have Dr. Brenner. I'm going to put Dr. Brenner in the meh tier. I never liked this character. Every time he's on screen, I find myself very annoyed. He's meh. Then we have Murray. Murray, the karate freaking badass, is a Bada Boom character. I love Murray from the previous seasons, but with this season alone, him and Joyce, and Murray's like the translator for Russian. He's karate, he fights Yuri, he plays as Yuri in the prison, and he goes with Joyce to Russia in the scariest, worst prison in the world to go and save Hopper. Murray's down for the get down, and I absolutely love him. Then we have Dustin. If Dustin goes in anything else but the tier that he created, that is ridiculous. He, to me, is like basically the main focal point of this season. Basically one of the main characters with the most screen time. Dustin's my personal favorite character. Over Hopper, over everyone. I absolutely love Dustin. He's hilarious, he's smart, he's witty, and he's like a leader even though he's one of the youngest in the group and no one ever takes him seriously. I love Dustin. He's a Bada Boom character. And we have Erica. You can't spell America without Erica. I'm going to go mid with Erica. Erica's fine. It's just kind of annoying sometimes, and that's kind of her role. But she's a very good side character, but she's just going to go in the mid tier. Then we have Chrissy, and I feel really bad for Chrissy. Chrissy's going to go in the mid tier. She got, like, pulverized, dude. She got dead very early in the season, and her and Eddie had a little relationship. I was like, okay, Chrissy could be a cool character, but no. Vecna came after her, and it was brutal, scary. The whole season in general was brutal and scary. Then we have, I believe this is, guys, Jason. And I'm going to put Jason in the terrible tier just because he's really annoying. Like, every time he's on screen, I was like, God, I can't stand this guy. A little subplot that was in the show that I guess was needed to kind of progress it, to kind of put urgency on everything, but not a big fan of Jason. And then we have 11. I wasn't a big fan of 11's plot line throughout this whole season. Like, I thought that one was my least favorite storyline, but 11's still going to go in the Bada Boom tier just because of her importance throughout this entire show. But from Season 4 alone, learning to get her powers back in Episode 7 when her and One go head-to-head at it. And that was really well done because they get you to think, like, oh, this is taking place right now in this time, but it's actually taking place back in the day. And it's just a memory flashback for Elle so she can learn how to get her powers. So Bada bada boom. Then we have Vecna. I'm putting Vecna in the damn good tier because of how scary this villain is and how much importance he has, because he's the main villain of this entire show, and he's the biggest threat that any of us have seen. And we've actually found out that Vecna is one, and it's going to be a crazy showdown in part 2. Then we have Victor Creel. I'm going to put Victor Creel in the mid tier. Like, obviously, he has a lot of importance for the Creel house and everything like that, and his son was one, and ended up being Vecna, but Victor Creel isn't in it all that much because talked about more than he's actually in it. Just a mid character. Nothing wrong with the mid tier. All right. Then we have Will Byers. Dude, hates me to say it, but I gotta put Will in the mid tier as well. Will just gets the shit end of the stick time and time again throughout the show, and he's very rarely on screen throughout this one. Doesn't have much to do, and I feel bad. I want Will to come back as Will the Wise, and Will had a lot of adversity to go through the first couple of seasons, so I want him to have something to do in the rest of season 4. He's in the mid tier. Then we have Owen. I'm gonna put Owen in the meh tier as well. He gets 11 to go with Dr. Brenner. It's always really in a season 4 to do, so obviously he has to be there, but going in the meh tier. I actually like Owen. Not a bad character at all. Then we have Steve Harrington with the nice dreamy hair in the bada boom tier. My theory is Steve will not make it out in season 4 part 2. He's going to save Robin or Nancy or Dustin because he's had too many relationships now. Everyone's loving Steve. I'm loving Steve. I was never team Steve, but I absolutely love Steve now. His relationship with Robin has progressed, and Nancy has come back around, and him and Dustin's relationship, they bantered back and forth. I feel like Steve is just set up to kick the bucket, and it's going to be very, very, very sad. Then we have Susie. I'm going to put Susie in the mid tier as well, just because she's not in it all that much. I love Susie Pooh and Dusty Bun, and Susie is a good character. She's fun to see, but the damn good tier, she's in the mid tier. She's not in it all too much. Then we have One. I'm gonna put One in the damn good tier just because of this actor's performance alone. This dude is menacing, man. He's scary, and when we found out that he is One, that's kind of scary. He's not number 2. He's number 1. And it's pretty scary. Great performance. And L put him to the upside down. And he's now Vecna. Vecna coming after everyone. Gonna be scary. Then we have Hopper going in the bottom boom tier, who is in prison, and they fight the Demogorgon. He knows how to fight the Demogorgon with fire. And he sends a message to Joyce and to Murray to come and get him and save him, and he's going to come back for part 2, and it's going to be an emotional reunion when him and Elle and the whole gang teams back up in California or in Hawkins. I believe everyone's going back to Hawkins. It's going to be awesome. Then we have Jonathan. I'm going to put Jonathan in the mid tier as well. Just smoking a lot of weed. Not much else he's really doing throughout this one. Then we have Joyce Byers. I'm going to put her in the bottom boom tier as well. I absolutely love Joyce. Winona Ryder is just one of the best actresses in the show. But her love for Hopper is there, and her love for these kids is there, and she plays the best mom of any mom on TV right now, and I absolutely love her, and she's at the bottom boom tier with Marie and Hopper. They're all going to team up together, come back, and help the kids save the day. Then we have Argyle. Argyle's in a mid character. I think he is a fun and funny character. He smokes a lot of pot, but he's very funny. That's all he's there to do is be funny. Have me laugh my butt off throughout the season. Nothing wrong with that. Just in the mid tier. Then we have Lucas. Lucas is going to go in the mid tier as well. Lucas is not sidelined in this one, but kind of like how he is in the basketball team. He's on the bench a little bit. He has like a kind of contradiction with his friends for the Dungeons & Dragons, and he also has a friends for the basketball team, and he's playing both sides, and he has a good emotional moments with Max in the Dear Billy episode. But other than that, Lucas doesn't get all that much to do, so he's in the mid tier. And finally, we have Mike, and not gonna lie to you, Mike is one of my least favorite characters anymore. He just bothers me. So it's going in the mid tier as well. They didn't have much to do in the California storyline, minus Joyce and Murray going to Alaska, then Russia. Mike and them, they didn't have much to do, and that's fine. But I'm excited to see what to do in Volume 2. And Mike is just—he's not that likable of a character to me. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, God, you're kind of a mean person, man. Let me know your ranking of all those characters down below in the comments. Hit the like button for me, or hit the dislike button for me. All helps out in the end. And thank you guys so much for watching. The subscribe button. Couple more Stranger Things videos coming out before Part 2 comes out here in about 30 days, which I cannot wait for. Let me know your predictions for Season 4 Part 2. Let me know your top 5 favorite Stranger Things characters, or all 25. You can rank them all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.